Hi, my name is Kylie, and I'm going to show you how to make bottle cap necklaces. So the supplies that you're going to need are Mod Podge and a brush so you can smear it on to your bottle cap. And obviously, you're going to need a bottle cap. You're going to need diamond glaze or royal coat. And if you're not going to use that, you can use these epoxy dots. The next thing you're going to need is a sheet of paper. It could be recycled paper or any paper you can find around your home. And a hole puncher that is a circle. Mine is 1 inch, but you're going to have to get one that matches the size of your bottle cap. And if you're going to be using other decorations, you can use these little stamps with decorations on them. I have that one was a flower and this one is a swirl. I have many more. And you are probably going to use tweezers to adjust the decorations inside your bottle cap. So you can have these tweezers and a pin so you can poke a hole if the diamond glaze doesn't come out. If this is what you're going to be using, just take your pin and poke a hole through, and there, you got that all settled. And you're also going to be needing a toothpick so you can help settle and pop the bubbles when you squirt on your diamond glaze, if that's what you're using. And you can use little flower decorations. Ooh. And this one I'm going to be using. And you can use beads. Any type of beads is okay as long as they're small enough. And if you don't want to make it into a necklace, you can make it into a magnet. Just as long as you have little magnet things. And I used glitter in one of my other projects. And this is Martha Stewart, but you don't have to use Martha Stewart. And you're going to need a crocodile if that's what you are poking. If you're poking a hole, if you're going to do that, you're going to be needing this crocodile. And pliers for your jump ring. When you poke a hole in this, you're just going to slide in your jump ring just like that. But if you don't, then this is what you can do. You can take a bail and glue it on to the back of your bottle cap necklace, just like that. But make sure that your picture is facing upwards when you glue it on, because you do not want it upside down unless you do want it upside down. And if you want to do a letter one, you can just get these, any alphabetical stickers. You can get them from the Dollar Tree or any other craft stores. And you can use anything else, like any other paper or stickers or anything else that you want to use. So let's get started. First, you're going to be putting on your Mod Podge onto the bottom of your bottle cap necklace, onto the surface.
Where did you get your bottle caps?
And you can get these bottle caps at online. You can get them at eBay. Or you can go to a craft store if you don't want to get them online. You can go to a craft store, and if they have them, you can get them from a craft store. I said craft store a lot in that sentence. Then you can take your paper that you used, that you poked a hole out of, and settle it down, but make sure that you get it in the middle, because you don't want it to be all the way up here and then have metal of the bottle cap showing, because that does not look very nice.
So what do you mean? You start from the middle and push it outward so you have no air bubbles?
Yes, so there's no air bubbles underneath of the paper, so...
Can you show your audience?
you just push it out with your fingernail or your finger, so it looks sort of something like that. And then you can take more Mod Podge, but not too much, and then just spread it over the top and make sure you get around the edges, because you are using this Mod Podge to seal in case any water gets into your necklace, and you want to get it everywhere, because you do not want the water to ruin your necklace if that ends up happening.
And people should take it off to go swimming, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
We recommend not to take this swimming or when you're doing anything else that involves water, like water balloon fights or anything. And then you can set this to dry. But first, make sure you put on your lid of the Mod Podge so it doesn't get all dried up. And you set this aside to dry for about maybe half an hour, around that. And I already made 2 earlier, so it is already dried, so I can show you how to put on your decorations. Now, when you're ready to put on your decorations, I'm going to be using a flower for my purple one right here. So this is the flower I'll be using. Now you put in your flower and just set it wherever you want inside. And you can use your tweezers to adjust it. Just like that. And if you want to add anything else, like little glitter things or anything, like that. I'll add some silver glitter. But don't put too much. There. Now that you have everything in the place that you want it, you can take your diamond glaze or whatever you are using and put it in the middle of your project bottle cap and squeeze. And why you put it in the middle is because then when you squeeze it, it spreads out. Just like that. I put a lot in. And then you can take your toothpick and pop the bubbles. I only had 1 bubble in that. And when you're finished, set aside to dry. And you can set it overnight to dry, but if you use this, it takes longer to dry. So you set that aside to dry if you're using the diamond glaze overnight. Now on for my next one. My next one, I'm going to be putting a letter on. And then you can put it on wherever you want. So it looks like that. Then you can put any beads or whatever you want to add to your project. And here you can use your tweezers to push around the beads. And there we go. Now that you have put your beads on, you, again, squirt on your diamond glaze in the middle. And then, once you squeeze it on, make sure there is no air bubbles, but this one has no air bubbles in it, so you set it to dry overnight. Now, this is what the finished product will look like. Just like that. And, you can just, when it's finished drying, just put on the magnet or whatever onto the back of your bottle cap, and you're all set to go. And
So should we do a close-up maybe of the project you have there, Kylie?
yeah,
Okay, so
what do I do?
you just sit there, So now they're milky right now, so you can keep an eye on them, and as they get bubbles, what do you do to the bubbles?
You poke them and make sure that you stir them around. But if you do have bubbles in them, it is okay because it just adds more character.
And where can people go to if they want to see more? Where can they go to?
They can, wait, okay. They can find us on Facebook. It's Creative SKAQ.
Thanks, and
Give us a thumbs up.